Hello, everyone! I forgot to turn... Wait, no, I didn't forget to turn the Elgato back on here. Where is it? Elgato! There it is. It turned itself off again. Damn it, Elgato! Is it up? Oop, I pushed the wrong button. Is it up? Yeah, it's on all the... I know I turned it back on over here. Oh, well, it's here. I'm good at this. I'm good at this whole streaming thing. That's gonna have my gyro completely off. At least if this game works like all the others. When you press ZLZR, that's when it centers your gyro for the first time. I don't know how long of a map rotation I've got. Oh yeah, this is Splatfest coming up. Come on, Shiver, just announce it. Zombie skeleton ghost! I don't know what I'm gonna go with. Probably whatever Robotic chooses. Skeletons are pretty supportive. Fry's a good person. I mean, Fry has a point. Bones are pretty strong. There's been an update. I don't know enough about the game to even care, so I haven't played enough. I don't know either of those maps. Good start. Oh, right, yeah, there's the news thingy I need to go grab the stuff from. I don't remember if that will require me to, like, log into anything, so I'm going to, for the moment, do this. It's gonna have to restart it. Happy Splatoween! But okay, I didn't have to log in to anything. Very protective of my passwords for obvious reasons. It's actually something I ended up seeing from one of the YouTubers I follow, where they basically took a sponsorship that was like, you know, the sponsor basically lets you create fake identities online and you know, basically manages them for you. And I'm just sitting here like, man, I haven't given a single website ever my actual name. Not even YouTube. YouTube doesn't have my actual name. Mostly because, and if YouTube comes to me questioning why they don't have my actual name, there are 4 people in the world with my exact last name. I've looked. Me and my 3 siblings. Wait, I am bamboozled. I should have, like, actually read that news post thingy. Do I just have the stuff? No? I'm bamboozled. I should actually, like, read that news post then, I guess. News. Instead of just skimming it. Okay, let's close the game. Make sure I'm on the latest update. I should be, but just making sure. Now let's try again. I'm very bamboozled by this. Hello, Void Entity. Ah, access the terminal in the lobby. Okay. I need to read. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I don't read. I don't read. I skim. I can't help it. I skim unless I'm actually reading a book. Once again, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. It's literally what we do. Though I think that kind of applies to every card game. Magic the Gathering took skimming to a whole new level by making all of their effects a single keyword. You just need to know the keyword. You need to read one word and ta-da, you know the effect. Yeah, that's just... It's a habit you're probably gonna have forever. I can't help with that. I mean, I just spent, like, 8 minutes trying to figure this out, and all I had to do was actually read. The only thing I know for the Splatfest is I'm definitely not gonna be Team Zombie. Stuff. Yay. Yep. Go right ahead. That's what the friend code is there for. It's a bit pixelated, but ignore that. Oh, she's gonna win again. I'm not even gonna try and pretend otherwise. All of these have kind of bad effects. I mean, they look kind of cool, but like... Oops. I mean, Special Saver's probably not the worst. Get Cthulhu going on. But, like, I don't super jump. This is kind of garbo. From seeing everyone's kits... Maybe I'm in the wrong with quick respawn, but, you know. Actually, I'm gonna see... Pretty sure it's done with... Spike out here. I think this is Spike. Merch. Same idea. Did I order something? No, I haven't. Okay. Do I have... I have no run speed. Man, I really need to, like... play more. Oh no, it's Splatnet I might have something from. Okay. I would do this a bit, but, I have 6 snails. I'm just waiting to get that dreaded "your friends list is full" message again. I last played... The absolute last time I played was like 4 days ago. But before that... March? I'm not joking. Let me, March. A lot of that just comes down to depression being a right bugger. I'll try not to curse as much given this is Splatoon, though I do need, for YouTube's sake, I do need to keep some level of not child friendliness, or else my YouTube VOD gets completely destroyed. I mean, I've had the game for a while. Ah, okay, you meant you. See, I don't really care about the catalogs, so... I don't know this map. At all. Where is... Okay, that's where the enemy team is. Wow, that Splatana is just wrecking people. Yeah, in Splatoon 2, I was an undercover main. I'm trying to get the groove of it back. Like, I never realized how much I relied on the splashdown that I no longer have. I would much rather have the splashdown back than have the reef slider. Probably a controversial opinion there, I know, but like... I would literally take this exact... You know, everything else about this kit still. But splashdown. I mean, that's fair, but, like, they could have added something similar to the splashdown instead of the reef slider, which, like, technically yes, but also no. Like, it has the same explodey effect, but, like, ow. Yeah, I was about to say, the zip as well, like, the Zipcaster's probably better for glitching into places, given it lets you get to places you're not supposed to be able to get to, naturally. See, that's not the thing, though. Like, how I always used to play the Undercover, and how I still play it, is basically the mantra of no fear. You just charge forward. Meaning, I'm trying to get into the opponent's faces, which you would think the reef slider would help with. But what the splashdown used to do for the Undercover was it gave you a brief period of time that you could use to recover your shield with. Assuming you didn't die getting it off, but if you did, well, you had the splashdown back immediately. You never really lost it. It let you keep up the pressure better, because, like, it wasn't a tool to get to the enemy. The shield is your tool to get to the enemy. It's your tool to help survive once you're there, because the Undercover does have the slowest time to kill of any weapon. Chargers are faster. Like, I think the only charger that's slower is the E-Leader. Like, I mean, they're slow, but, like, even then, they're not that much slower than the Undercover, and they can do it from much further away than I can. Like, it's, yeah. It's a bit of a problem. The funny thing is, in most first-person shooters, even third-person shooters, I tend to gravitate towards sniper rifles. Except Splatoon. I can't make them work. I've tried. Though I haven't overly tried with this game yet. I could try a charger. I also haven't sniped in a shooter in forever, so I'm gonna do awfully no matter what, but, you know. I like the idea of the pencil. I forget what it's called, but the pencil. The one that basically burst fires. I like that idea, but that's about it. I miss some of the old sniper kits. Clash Blaster is annoying. If you've ever played Team Fortress 2, you'll know exactly what I mean by this. The Clash Blaster is the M1 Pyro of Splatoon. It's the weapon that you can just grab, and you'll basically do well with. You won't top the team, but you'll do well. You just hold down your fire button and walk. Ow. If no one else is gonna turf, I'll clean it up. Get my special built. Ow. You know what? I'll take it. 2 for 1. This map actually seems like it would be really cool for sniping on. I need to remember to use my mines. I mean, another big downside to the Reef Slider is just how long it takes compared to the old Splashdown. Like, I wish there was an option to just immediately explode instead of having to start sliding first. Because, like, the animation to start sliding is as long... My ink mine got it. It's the value of ink mines. You put them where no one's gonna expect them to be. Or where you expect someone to be. And yes, I am about as default as as they come. The only way I could be more default is if I was using the default clothing. Yeah, that is kind of another thing with the Reef Slider, is that it's not a good panic button. The Splashdown wasn't great either, but it was better. Like... I'm also still in the camp of, like, Nintendo was like, yeah, we're bringing back all the weapons, all the specials, except, well, where's my Splashdown? Where's my Dual Squelcher? Where... Nintendo, please. You didn't bring everything back. You brought very little back that I care about anyway. I don't know this map. I mean, I still hope that they'll bring the Dual Squelcher back at some point. And, you know, for those who never played the first Splatoon, the Dual Squelcher was effectively a shorter range jet squelcher, but with a higher rate of fire. But the same base damage. So basically it was fundamentally the same weapon. Yeah, I was gonna die there. Except, basically, it was slightly more aggressive. The Jet Squelcher was more for staying back. That bamboozler, jeez. Somebody's sweating hard in this turf war game. Just ever so slightly short on him running out. Yep, indeed. Yeah, it was... I mean, there was a whole figure off, but I mean, it wasn't the furthest away. That bamboozler needs to calm down. Yeah, I'm gonna regret this. Do I have an actual charger? I do not. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. I can't do charger. I have the pencil. That's what I have. I'm just glad we don't have weapon power up again yet. You know it's coming. It'll be here. Unless it is here and just doesn't affect the bamboozler this time. Because that's always a mistake, Nintendo. Stop making it. Literally, with Splatoon 2, for those who never played it, the bamboozler is capable with enough main power-up of dealing 99.99 damage. Well, 99.98. Meaning if you've ever stubbed your toe, it's a one-shot. Instead of the two-shot it was balanced for. Weapon power-up is always a mistake. And yet Nintendo keeps doing it. I just really hope it doesn't happen with this game, but I know better. It's gonna happen. Ow. I got the beacon. I'm content with that. I mean, they placed another one. I wasn't paying attention to their gear. That's the beacon user. That would determine whether the beacons are even worth destroying. Gods, I wish that was splashed down. Ah. Everyone's a tryhard sometime. Dualies are just broken. I will forever hold that opinion. That opinion is based on the fact that they do break a fundamental rule of the game, and that is that enemy ink is a hazard. Enemy ink is supposed to be hazardous to your movement. Okay, they have no sub power up. But, like, they don't have to care. How did that not destroy their beacon to have an ink mine go off under it? That's what I want to know. There was an attempt. Man, I need to buy some lights. I kind of wish, rather than, like, basically bringing them back as nerfed versions, that we would have got the actual first game specials back. Like, I get they probably would have been broken. Inkzuka was broken in the first game. So's the regular Ink Strike and, you know, all the fun specials. The Bubbler, that was pretty cool. I still stand, the very first Splatoon had the best new player experience. Because the Splattershot Jr. in the first game, having the Bubbler, gave new players a panic button. Like, the little bubble dome we have now, that ain't no panic button. That's something you have to actually stop and consider, okay, when do I want to use this? Who's around that can make use of it? Because the Junior can't. Not really, it's too short range. There's a lot of dudes right there. Man, there's a lot of this map that people just do not turf. I couldn't see, but I think I swung my shield around directly into it. Which is the trick for fighting Brellas. If you did not know, throw a bomb at their shield, it will instantly detonate. Like that. Which is... I really wish the Undercover dealt a little more damage. Because it does have that really big weakness if you know about it. Which, you know, doesn't help matters that I'm more than willing to tell people the weaknesses of my main. Ow. There wasn't really much I could do there. No idea. I'm not even overly sure what you're referring to, so... Wow, I almost turfed as much as the gold arrow spray, and I turfed more than the silver one. How? I find them fun. I don't have any, because tickets. But, you know. I hate the ticket system so much. Just let me buy all the weapons, jeez. I know it's very much a case of, but if you can spend your coins on the weapons, then you won't have coins for stickers. Ow. And there goes all of my reef slider. See, like, the thing is, I would never be broke in the other Splatoons, either. Oh, I had time to get away from that. That's a bummer. I mean, like, you tend to earn a lot more money playing the game than you can spend on weapons in the previous two games. You always have money. At least as long as you're playing the game. And, like, I would play the previous games by buying every article of clothing I could the moment I could as well. And I'd still almost never be out of money past my first couple days playing the game. First couple days I'd be out, but it's just because, well, low level. And have a lot of stuff to buy, but as time goes on, you have less and less stuff to buy, and... Gods, I hate these so much. Like, it definitely does, like, thinking more on it since, like, my last stream, because I did have the thought of, like, man, I love Splatoon. Why have I not played 3 more? I honestly think a large part of it is that I can't just buy the weapons that are available to me, so it feels a lot more restrictive in what I'm allowed to have fun with compared to the previous games. And it makes me not want to spend my tickets either, that I do have, because, like, well, what if I really want to try something after I've used them all? I have no other tickets, and the only way to get them is leveling up, which takes forever. I'll have to see if I can go buy out all of the clothes. I probably can. But then again, I also spend no money on stickers, and a lot of people do. Like, literally, my locker is as basic as it gets. It's the default locker. I have not changed it at all. It is literally how it comes. They're only time-consuming if you care. And I don't care, so... Hello, Splat. They're only cool if you care, though. I'm not one for aesthetics. And I literally regularly wear the loudest shirt in all the land. Like, I really don't care how things look. Or even how I look. Hence the untrimmed beard, and, you know, stupidly long kind of unkempt hair. I'd brush it, but that's literally only to keep it from tangling. If it didn't tangle, I wouldn't brush it. Though you can't tell my hair is stupidly long. I will help with this. A lot of hair. It's not as much as I used to have, because I'm getting older and it's going away. Which is kind of sad. My hair used to be super thick. Ow. Yeah, my hair's getting there. Though a lot of it's probably just stress. Because stress does that. That's why I need to get bigger as a content creator and have Keep sponsor me so I don't... I wouldn't pay for the stuff, but if they're willing to sponsor me, I'll give it a shot. I can't figure out the hammer anytime I use it. I just can't make it work. I've tried. My best use for the thing has always just been use the special, throw it. Because if I try actively using it, I tend to die. So I just pull it out and then throw it. Carry on. But I also use it with the mini splatlings, so, you know. Probably doesn't help much there. Yeah, they got a lot of high DPS short-range weapons. I almost said DPM, but I mean, technically still true, but this game should not be measured in DPM. DPM is damage per minute. DPS damage per second. That was a lot of dudes. My spawn looking like a bit of a train wreck. But oh well. Yeah, sploosh. Well, sploosh arrow spray. I thought that was actually the sploosh. Arrow spray makes a lot better use of the reef slider than my undercover can. My undercover can tank one. Literally one. But, yeah. No fear. Morning. I don't even know how to do the movement gimmicks they added for this game. Legitimately, I don't know how to do them. Probably would have made some of the harder challenges in the single player a lot easier if I knew how to do them. I'm an undercover. I don't need to know how to do them. If I'm in the ink, it's because I'm out of ink. And I'm probably about to die. So... Okay, I caught the game at the beginning of a rotation. Though I think after this next match, I'm going to have to go get some coffee, because I'm talking a lot. Which means my throat gets dry pretty easily. But I'm getting better at talking for longer periods of time without my throat getting stupidly dry. Contrary to what you might guess, based on me being a streamer and, you know, having a webcam and all this stuff, I spent the majority of my life not talking. I'm actually quite a shy person. If we were all in the same room, I'd be sitting in the corner back there, not saying a word. Yeah, after this match, if I think of it, I will be backing out to grab some coffee. Oh no, you know where I am. Whatever will I do? Ow. Think I fear? I fear nothing. God, that still works. The best way to deal with any charger is walk at them. Most just do not know how to deal with it. And they start to panic because it's literally that, you know, just immediately he's just approaching menacingly. Ow. Probably not helped by a fair few snipers not knowing how long they need to charge to deal enough for a two-shot. Like, basically the fire then tap kill. Which, I mean, that's not exactly something that you need to practice. So, like, I can't get at snipers for not knowing it. I wouldn't know it if I picked up a sniper, so... Ooh. Okay, I need to back out and grab some coffee. Should be enough time with all the delays for people to have heard that. Alrighty. Have a good nap, or sleep. Whichever it happens to be. I will be back in a moment. I return. Before I continue on, I'm gonna go buy out clothes. Because why not? Yeah, I can almost certainly afford all of the clothes that may be for sale. I may actually use that bean. Because tenacity's pretty cool for, like, longer range weapons. Neat. I don't care, Jellaflor. I don't care about your badge. Oh man, another badge. There we go. The stickers. The sad thing is I know I've missed some clothing because you get some from the catalogs. Yeah, I have 5 tickets and all of these weapons. And like, I want to be able to buy them all. Why, Sheldon? Give me weapon. I mean, I'm also just thinking, like, I want to do, like, a proper... Ooh, almost spilled my coffee moving my coaster. I should have moved the coaster before setting the cup on the coaster. But, like, I want to do an actual, like, proper YouTube series on Splatoon. Like, all of the Splatoons. And, like, the first 2 would be easy to basically use a different weapon every day. And, like, I could potentially use a fresh account to do it. This one, like, I'm gonna have to do so much grinding. Okay, apparently I can also get them from gaining freshness with weapons, which basically means I should be not using the undercover. Which I find funny, because this guide here is literally saying that, you know, this was done so that people would get familiar with weapons. What, by making them use different weapons? Like, I have to use the weapon to gain freshness with a weapon, because once I've reached enough freshness with a weapon, I'm done. Like, I can't get any more from it. I have not seen ink packs. didn't even occur to me until right now that, like, I just haven't seen anyone using ink vacs. Makes me wonder if they've been nerfed. Frisk. Could you not? No, no getting around my feet. You know better. I really want to grab more weapons, but, like, I don't... This is an insult that they call that a bubbler. I'll just work on the weapons I have. Get their freshness up, hopefully. I mean, some of them are already pretty high, so, you know. I really wish there was just a mechanic where if you were out of tickets, you could just spend coins to buy tickets. Right, you can't change equipment from there. Okay, I suppose I do still have 2 more levels of freshness to go here. But it definitely seems like it would be a lot faster to build up freshness on other things. Given they require less to reach their first level. I mean, I have to basically double the freshness I have on this to... Which I'm guessing, because that's not actually the flag freshness, that's points turfed. Well, no, because that's at 800, and I know I've done more than that. I don't know. Let's use this for a bit. May as well. The only thing with this beanie is I'm gonna have to add slots, and I don't... I have 6 snails. I can probably order the clothes I'm missing from other people as well. As long as I can find people using them. I should leave my cup here. Wanted on its coaster, though. Because, yes, I'm one of those silly people that actually uses a drink coaster. Wait, does this thing deal more damage the more charged it is? Definitely seems to. Thankfully, I had drink. That could have gone better. Could have gone worse, but it could have gone a lot better, too. Yay, I was the most popular target! I had a feeling the Plague Doctor mask would be the most popular. And I don't mean this in a negative way, but it's the most edgy. It's gonna make it the most popular. It's just how it works. I don't make the rules. That's how it's always been. Legitimately, that's just kind of how it's always been. That's why Hot Topic got so popular with their gothic clothing, and the goth movement became so popular, is because it's edgy. It's just how it works. Ow. Can't say I'm the biggest fan of how early we can get our Splatfest teas. I don't remember if that was a thing in the second game or not. But like, it's just one of those things that it only really helps the tryhards. Same with being able to change the main on the Splatfest tee to something other than the ×2. Because that also only really helps the tryhards. So many disruptors. Hair. I care about your disruptor. That wasn't intended. I may have to find a different option. This one is very full of friends. It's kind of easy to tell. I mean, the two people dressed identically kind of gives those two away. Yeah, see, this is kind of part of the problem with freshness being how you get things. So I'm assuming you get freshness for winning. Trying to get comfy. Battle time! Battle time for battle crimes! I am Canadian, it's what we do. You can't make fun of your country for being the world leader in war crimes, then what can you do? I wish I was joking on that one. Canada is kind of the world leader in committing war crimes. We invented a lot of the war crimes. Ow. Like, if I remember right, Canada was one of the first countries, if not the first country, to make use of toxic gas in war. Like, we have a reputation for being nice and friendly and, you know, all that jazz. But that's in peacetime. That's in peacetime. Honestly makes our position as a former peacekeeping nation kind of funny. I didn't go where I wanted to. If y'all aren't here for war, if you were here for that, you would have been here yesterday. Technically, this is turf. I need to stop using this thing. I cannot make it work. I'm also going to change lobbies. Gives me a chance to also actually look at my weapons. This feels like a weapon I should get on well with, because I've been doing well with the Splatlings, but I just can't make this one work. Oh, we won at least. Still gotta change lobbies so I can change equipment. I was the #1 Tacticooler user. Oh man. Yeah, I gained 1,000 on this. From that. I think it was that. It only had 800 anyway. I haven't used this at all. Do I have anything that's relatively close to the heavy splatling, regular ink brush, mini splatling? $7.4. It's closer. I'll go with it. The mini splatling is kind of one of my no-fear weapons. Which is a point where, like, I would probably take the stamp on that regular undercover as a replacement for the splashdown. It's not as good as the splashdown, but at least it's faster than the reef slider. Doesn't leave you as vulnerable. Would give the undercover a ranged option. I think I would almost take any special other than the reef slider. I would take an ink storm. Like, at least ink storms are annoying. My little basic locker. I mean, people have done some interesting stuff with their lockers. I honestly couldn't care. It's just me. It's how I am. It's how I'll probably always be. Yeah. Gods, I'm so bad at this. See, this is part of the problem. Like, I would keep using the undercover, but I've used it so much, and like, to get any more tickets out of it is going to take absolutely forever. So I basically have to use weapons that I haven't used. But there's a reason I haven't really used these other weapons. So I'm bad. Like... And I don't want it to come across like I don't like this game, because I do. It's just, I really wish I wasn't so limited. Like, you would think, given how many times I've mentioned how much I dislike the tickets, and had people been like, yeah, I kind of hate it too. Wow, okay. And, like, had people in the chat be like, yeah, I kind of hate it too, that Nintendo would have added an alternate buying option by now. Like, you would think. Hell, I would trade a snail for a ticket. You know, just something. Died 6 times. Ugh. Hello, AI. Welcome to me being kind of salty because I'm playing like crap. I think I'm always going to have an issue with the ticket system in this game, unless Nintendo ever adds a way to circumvent it. I hate the tickets so much. And like, knowing I'm not alone in hating them makes me hate them even more. It's like, it seems like a good portion of the community is like, yeah, they kind of suck. Okay. I also dislike that, but you know. which is a bit strange. Yeah, I'm gonna stop because I probably yes. Yeah, I do have these. More experience. Like, I do honestly feel like even once I have ultimately gotten to the point where I've earned enough tickets from levels and from playing weapons to buy every weapon, that I am still going to dislike the ticket system unless they add a way to circumvent it. Because, man, this kind of just sucks, having so many weapons there and not being able to, you know, have them. Because Sheldon's decided he's above money, I guess. Love to know who's paying his rent if he isn't. Because he's not bringing in money. Frickin' Sheldon. I get the odd feeling that I will have to see if these three end up on the same team next match as well. I get the feeling this is a pre-made group of three. That's something that they also added with this game that I'm not a fan of. Yeah, that person's just given up. I can't blame them. If this is a pre-made group of 3, I'm gonna change lobbies. Assuming they're still here even next round. Yay, a freshness boost. It's like that's something I figured out pretty early in when the game first came out is if you set up a lobby with friends, the game puts you on the same team every single time. That's why I don't set up the lobbies with friends, because I feel bad doing that. There's only one of them still here. I think that's one of them anyway. No, I don't think any of them are here. Hey, I got a splat with that. It can happen. I'm alright. Was dealing with some children that want to start drama, but they appear to have wisened up that that is not a good idea, so... Which is a bit of a shame, because, like, I'm a generally nice dude. I like having the excuse to, absolutely eviscerate somebody. They're people that Robotic used to know. So, real life. Only she didn't know them personally, she knew them online. You know what I mean. Effectively, mostly because this is a family-friendly stream, I will not actually say the things that one of these people is into, but let's just say it's things that would have them put in jail. So, like, Robotic broke ties with them because of that, and did what anyone in a friend group would probably do upon finding out that people are into that kind of stuff, of tell other people in the friend group. And obviously other people in the friend group decided to also stop being friends with these two people, because it's basically a boyfriend-girlfriend. And it's the girlfriend into the illegal stuff, and the boyfriend heavily hinting that he may also be into it. And they decided to do this big-ass document basically harassing Robotic and multiple other people that used to be part of their friend group. I haven't bothered to say anything to any of them yet because I don't need to. The document link was posted on DeviantArt. I reported the journal for what it was, of an attempt at harassment, brigading, you know, all those nice, nifty things. And that's what I left it at. And the journal's gone. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's dealt with for now. It's a bit of a shame. If they push too far, there's lawyers around here that would gladly take a case like that. Yeah, they don't want to mess with me. Especially where what they're doing in terms of, say, harassing Robotic and slandering her and all that, where it's a cybercrime, basically, that means they would be tried under Canada's laws, not the US laws. Which would make it a lot more expensive for them. Yeah, for obvious reasons, I'm not gonna name these people. Unless they really, really want to make this drama happen. In which point, literally, I'm fairly positive just because they're targeting Robotic that, a lot of y'all longtime viewers of mine aren't gonna take too kindly to that. Y'all seem to like Robotic more than you like me, so... to the long-time viewers. Which like, I can't blame y'all on. I like Robotic more than I like me, so I can't get at any of you guys for that. Had to get the self-deprecating joke in there somewhere. Cheek that I currently cannot scratch. Who's to say I'm not? Who's to say I'm not an emo boyfriend? Rar XD. The funny thing is, unlike a lot of the memes like that, I actually know how to back up my threats. Especially where, like, this isn't the first time Robotic has found herself the target of drama from a former friend. That just seems to be what happens when the nice person decides they've had enough of people's BS and calls them out on it. Because they become the target. But it is also very cathartic. Like, very, very cathartic to actually have someone to, like... basically, be it verbally or through text, just rip apart. It is very cathartic. Especially where it's really not hard to... It's not hard with these people. I mean... You really can't defend the kind of stuff that they're trying to defend. I didn't say that. Did I? I'm pretty sure I literally said that y'all like her more than me. And then follow that up with a self-deprecating joke. Because that's how I roll. And yeah, you guys donated a shit ton of money and never do it again. Ow. That is fair. Those kind of naps are never fun. Ah, good old real tech. The thing that it's never surprising when it breaks. Ow. Yeah, it just breaks. It's what it likes to do. Hopefully your solution for fixing it is a lot more competent than the other people I have heard have Realtek break on them. One of which literally copied the drivers from a completely different computer onto a thumb drive and then put them in, rather than just trying to fix the problem, and broke it even worse. Because, yeah, don't Don't ever do that. It's a bad idea. That is a quick way to break drivers even worse. Especially when, you know... I mean, that is fair. Like, this person I know who had their audio drivers break still has yet to fix them. Uses a Dell computer and is blaming Dell for the problem. They also haven't updated their Windows in probably 3 years? Probably 4, thinking on it. They're the ones that copied the Realtek drivers off of someone else's computer to try to fix their Realtek drivers instead of, you know, doing the sensible thing of just re-downloading the drivers. And if that doesn't work, trying a factory reset, because that'll almost certainly fix it. And Windows 10 and 11 has this handy feature where you can do a factory reset of Windows itself and not affect any of your files whatsoever. It's really convenient. Like... What maps? Oh, hey, I know Museum del Encino. Finally, a map I know! Okay, before I go in... I got the freshness level on this, so let's pop to the heavy and grab it on that. Yeah. Windows updates are kind of a good thing when they actually are fixing a problem. A lot of times, though, Windows Update tends to just be, hey, we've made some changes to the Microsoft Store. We've made some changes to your UI that you're never gonna see. Oh, we changed how print screen works, so it opens the snipping tool now instead of capturing your screen like it's supposed to. We're helping! No, you're not. Stop it. Oh, it's the map I don't know. Oh boy, it feels like we have someone who's not actually playing the game. Cool. And yeah, that's kind of the argument that Microsoft used for why they changed the default action of print screen from capturing your screen to the snipping tool is, well, people are using it to just capture a specific part of their screen anyway. It's like, yeah, but like, sometimes you're trying to capture something in a moment, and you're still actively doing something. Like, there'll be times where, say, I'll be playing a game, and something funny happens I want to capture, but I'm still actively playing the game. I can't stop and snip it. I just want it captured so I can snip it later. Especially where there's already a hotkey for opening the snipping tool. It's Windows S. Pretty sure it's Windows S. No, that's search. Control S? It's one of them. Something S. Control S is your... Might be Control S. Man, this team is not doing so hot. Okay, control Windows S. I was almost there. I had the right buttons, just not all of them. But like, yeah, like, that's right there. That's the shortcut. It doesn't need to be print screen. Print screen has a function, but nah, they're Microsoft being helpful. And I mean, if I'm honest, my old Dell that I had, its Windows update was also out of date by a couple years. Though that was mostly because of just how long that computer took to boot. Like, it was no joke going from off to me actually able to use the computer. Took almost half an hour. That's just too long. It had a slow as hell hard drive and nothing else. I could have made the experience better by just buying a cheap SSD, installing Windows on it, and that would have made the boot process so much easier on that poor computer. Though part of the problem was literally booting into Windows was redlining the CPU. Because thank you, Intel. You make great products. Ow. I mean, I'm sure it was more than just booting into Windows that was redlining it, because programs have this nasty habit of wanting to start the moment your computer starts up, and not wanting to share the line. Blaster's annoying. I'm very confused as to what happened to that man. Seems like lag happened to him. Yes. Seems like lag happened. The fact that we're still losing 4-3. Yeah. I mean, if I was better at this game, I would have probably no issue fighting that blaster. I'm just not very good at Splatoon 3 specifically. And yet in 2, I would still come out of generally each match with like 1,000 points turfed with a blaster. I can't help but turf. It's what I do. If I spent more time actually learning how to shoot people, I'd probably be a lot better at this game. Actually, I'm going to cancel this matching. I have to use the washroom. Okay, my game. I want to make sure I'm not queued. There we go. I'll be back in a minute. I return. How close am I to getting the ticket with the heavy? Oh yeah, I'm pretty close. I will say, on the topic of computers, I do not miss my old Dell. That poor thing. And, like, I'm sure the parts from it are fine for the average person. Like, the 9400F is probably a great CPU if all you're doing is, like, basic work. Like, I'll take it. I'll take that trade. And it's also definitely, like, once, say, like, the computer was up and running, I struggled to redline that CPU outside of streaming. Like, if y'all remember the open beta thing for Back 4 Blood, my CPU was the problem there. That's why the stream quality kind of suffered. My GPU was well within spec, the CPU wasn't. Not in spec for while streaming as well. Because when not streaming, the game worked just fine. Yeah, I've not looked into it much, but from what I've heard, it, didn't go well. I pushed the wrong button. Like, I more or less looked away from the game after seeing its price tag. Mostly on account of, like, it was just Left 4 Dead, and I already have Left 4 Dead. I do hope they make another one, and price it more appropriately. Because, like, I feel like Back 4 Blood would actually be a pretty nice game if it was, like, $20. Because visually, it looks better than Left 4 Dead. Gameplay-wise, it's Left 4 Dead. And then it would be price competitive with Left 4 Dead. Like... Because at least for me personally, like, there wasn't enough to the open beta to really make me want to buy the game. Yeah. No guarantee. There's no saying there won't be another game, at least in that vein, made by similar developers, or the same developers at some point in the future, but probably won't be for a while. I actually wonder what its price is right now. It's currently $15. I might actually consider picking it up then. Because, I mean, for 15 bucks, it's probably not gonna be a bad experience. Ow. Freaking dualies. And my lack of ability to aim. I'll have to read your comment in a second there, AI. Ow. Yeah, I mean, that kind of is just how a lot of studios that break away from larger studios tend to go. Like, they'll end up releasing more games, but those games won't be as good. And they also won't gain as much traction because they're not a known quantity. Or commodity. That's the word I'm looking for. Where, like, if you can slap the word, you know, basically, if you can slap Valve on something, people know who Valve is. They don't know who Turtle Rock is. I mean, it's where, like, as much as part of me wishes that way back in the day, when Square acquired Enix, that Tri-Ace could have gotten away and become their own entity, but at the same time, that would just meant the Tri-Ace would have went bankrupt by now, because no one knew who Tri-Ace was. They knew Enix. They bought the game because it said Enix, not because it said Tri-Ace. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what got me interested. Was the, oh hey, it's Left 4 Dead. And then turns out, no, it's not actually. And I'm kind of close to this thing. I'm gonna go back to it. Just bouncing between Splatlings, grabbing the first ticket. I love how reading, like, how to acquire these tickets. You find so many things where it's like, oh yeah, the ticket system was added so that you would spend more time learning weapons. Except it's faster to get the first ticket on any weapon than it is to get the later tickets. You're just gonna grab the first ticket of a weapon and move on. That way every one weapon you buy funds your next weapon. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Though in a lot of ways, it being Left 4 Dead also kind of killed it. If Back 4 Blood had its own identity, I feel like it would have actually succeeded. But it falls into the same camp, and like this is a common argument with wrestling. Professional wrestling. You'll get people who try to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. They'll do Stone Cold Steve Austin's moves, and all that does is make you go, oh yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin was pretty cool. Doesn't make you go, oh, that guy's pretty cool. No, it makes you go, oh hey, Steve Austin was pretty cool. Pretty cool dude. Liked him. I mean, like, marketing it as a game from the developers that made Left 4 Dead is not inherently a bad thing. Like, they could have still done that while making the game fundamentally different from Left 4 Dead, to give it its own identity and let it stand on its own. But instead, not only did they market the game after Left 4 Dead, but they basically just made Left 4 Dead. But kind of not as good. At least from the open beta. Just Left 4 Dead with harsher system requirements. You know. Yeah, a lot of more TV companies don't seem to understand how games work. Though, CBS does pretty fine with Star Trek. Like, they seem to license Star Trek to developers and then basically just go, right, have fun. Just don't break the rules of the universe, have fun. Ow. Yeah. I think a lot of it comes from CBS hasn't been making great Star Trek TV shows, so they need the video games to cover for that. That is sprinkler. I mean, Star Trek Picard, Star Trek Discovery are both bad. They're just bad. Like, I know it's a bit stereotypical to say, but if you want Star Trek, you've heard of it, you want to give the shows a try. The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, maybe Voyager. Those are the shows to watch. I mean, the original series isn't bad, but a lot of it didn't age well. See, CBS tried to remake their past, and it didn't work. So now they're just adding to the past and the future and ruining both. Like, Star Trek Discovery. is basically added into the Prime timeline between Kirk and TNG. So the original series and the Next Generation. And they're adding technology that didn't exist. They're not playing within the rules of their own universe. They're making new rules, and it's creating plot holes for the later series. Like, a prime example is something from Star Trek Discovery of the Spore Drive. An alternative warp drive that can instantaneously take you to another part of the galaxy. In Deep Space Nine, which timeline-wise takes place after Discovery, the Federation is at war with a major empire called the Dominion. The Dominion wants nothing more than the complete annihilation of the Federation. And the Federation is at a pretty big... they're basically fighting a pretty big uphill battle. They're at a pretty big disadvantage. The Dominion outnumber them, outpower them. The only advantage they have on the Dominion, really, is the Dominion's top warp speed is not as high as the Federation's. So the Federation can always run from the fight, but they can rarely win it. There are multiple plot points in Deep Space Nine, where the whole point is they're trying to get somewhere. They desperately need to get to a spot. And yet they never use a spore drive? They try to explain this in Discovery as, oh, well, use of spore drives could destroy the universe. Like, it could ruin everything. Except the Federation in Deep Space Nine are kind of, their backs are to the wall. They would use a spore drive, even if that meant they could potentially destroy everything. Because that's how us humans work. We'll destroy ourselves to make sure you don't win. You know. I mean, see, why I'm saying they're not trying to remake the past is they're not trying to change any of the major events that happen in any of the other shows outside of the JJ-verse, which has been established to be an alternate timeline. So, like, they're not trying to change the past, they're just adding things to it that break the things they made in the past. And a lot of that seems to come from the fact that they have a lot of writers that just... they've not watched Star Trek ever. I mean, hell, look at Discovery Klingons for that one. Klingons. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't put it past him having that thought. It's just there's safeties in place for that. In the Star Trek universe, there really is no safeties that would stop someone from acquiring a spore drive and using it to do things. There's a K in their name. It starts with a K. Yeah, it's kind of silly. Just occurred to me, counting myself, like half of the YouTubers I follow are Star Trek nerds. And most of them are bigger nerds than I am. Ow. Yeah, that's what YouTube does. Unless you literally go into your history and remove the videos from your history. And even then, it'll sometimes be like, ooh, you clicked on that. I'm also gonna, while thinking of YouTube, I'm going to reiterate a point that I've made many a time, and YouTube is going to hate this point I'm gonna make. I do not care if you watch my stuff with an ad blocker. I actually actively encourage it for your own literal safety on the internet. I get we aren't in the bad old days anymore where every other ad was basically malware. They're still out there, and they're still in the Google system. Apart from that, there's all the not safe for work ads that can happen. There's all the gambling ads. It's just, not a good time. Yeah, I was referring to those without actively saying it, but yeah. Not safe for work. Like, I honestly feel like content creators who, you know, actually give a shit would support that idea. I mean, the vast majority of people on YouTube don't use ad blockers anyway. Literally, from studies that have been done, only like 11% of people that use the internet use an ad blocker. Like, it's not a huge number of people. So, like, I really don't understand YouTube's hard-on for trying to destroy ad blockers and prevent you from using them. And it's like, I don't get it. There's no way they're losing a substantial amount of money to ad blockers. Yeah, that's very much one of those cases where, like, that's just the territory with YouTube. YouTube does not punish its big creators. It never has. And, like, there are times where that's a good thing. I mean, think of the number of times PewDiePie has been in quote-unquote drama because he made a joke that didn't land and people got offended. Like, I wouldn't want him punished for that. Has he made some screwed up jokes? Sure, everyone has. You cannot tell me that you have not made a very inappropriate joke just amongst your friends at some point. Everyone has. Brush, just like, calm down. Someone needs to take their candy away from them. Like, jeez. I mean, like, it's very much one of those things of, like, I'm not saying what Sniper Wolf did was good. I would have loved to have seen her actually punished. But I wasn't expecting it. And no one really should have. Yeah, and comedians used to do that stuff all the time. Without a single bit of hate in their heart. They were doing it because it was funny. It's a joke. If it's good, it's funny. Doesn't matter how offensive it is. If it's good, it's funny. Oh man, I've reached 100 messages! How does it feel, AI? You are the 100th message for today. How does that feel? How does it feel to be number 100? And number 99, and 98, and 97, and 96. See, it helps if you use your hand. Sorry, bad joke is bad. Like, yeah, when it comes to YouTube, just think... The way I basically described it to someone who was very much in the, you know, I might leave YouTube over this camp. Think of how much, quote-unquote, prank content exists and how little YouTube does about that. Like, this is nothing new. YouTube's been like this for a very long time. YouTube has supported borderline harassment for close to a decade. Like... Which is also part of the reason why I'm not shocked that they really didn't do anything. Because even, like, with Sniper Wolf, disabling her monetization, that isn't gonna hurt her any. Plus, I also say this, and, like, this is going to get taken out of context and argued that I'm just a hateful person who hates women. But, quite simply, she has boobs. That's also part of the reason why YouTube isn't doing anything. At least anything substantial. Because if they did, YouTube would be accused of favoritism to, you know, well, basically accused of sexism, and they wouldn't win. There's no winning in actually punishing a female creator. Twitch learned that lesson. That's why Twitch just acquiesces to them at every turn. I can remember a day when Twitch didn't even allow artists, and it took years to get them to allow art streams, because Twitch was for gaming content. Even if you were drawing gaming-related stuff, it was still not allowed under the initial rules of Twitch. And it took years to change that. It took like a week to get them to be like, okay, you can sit in a hot tub in a bikini and shake your boobs around for money. Even though that was very against the rules. Like, all because they know if they were to fight it, they'd get so much backlash and hate because they're you know, they're oppressing women. They're not letting women do whatever they want. So companies take the easy road and just acquiesce. I'm like, I don't say that with any hate. Like, hell, I've made mention many a time. If I was female, I'd be doing that stuff. I would. Like, envious, but there's no hate. If I was female, then, you know, this would be... Yeah, that's about right. There'd be a muscle shirt with, yeah, very, very, very thin muscle shirt, you know, nice spaghetti straps, yeah. That would just be the basics. That'd be gaming stream stuff, yeah. That is fair. Ow. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, that kind of stuff is one of my favorite subgenres of comedy. Mocking the religious. Which, in a way, is kind of funny, given Robotic is religious. And she's perfectly okay with it. Well, I don't know if she's perfectly okay with it. There has been times where I have definitely made her a bit mad with some jokes, but... A lot of the time, she's okay with jokes about that kind of stuff, because, like... while she's religious, she doesn't support that kind of behavior. So, like... Wow, I really missed grabbing my soda. I'm good at this. Ow. It is funny, though, the people that get mad at jokes like that, yet would say, oh, Robin Williams was such a treasure. Although he made jokes like that. You know, Father Patterson's, you know. Robin Williams comedy specials are great. If they're still on YouTube, I think everyone should give them a watch. How close am I to getting this? Okay, probably one more game. And then I can put this thing away. After this next match, I'm gonna back out so I can go grab coffee. Straighten all of my beard out as best I can. And forgetting that the webcam is mirrored. So everything's backwards. Right is left and left is right. That is fair. I'm honestly still surprised that that is an official thing. Like, somebody looked at that and went, yeah, that's good enough. Ah, someone disconnected. Boo. Oh well, I need coffee anyway. Means I need to play one more game with this thing still. I kinda dislike the early game disconnect thing. But okay. I'll be back in a moment. I return. And yeah, I know the story behind it, but still, it's just one of those things of, like, that exists. That was okayed by a professional company. I mean, in my mind, it would be like, Toei turning to Team 4-Star and being like, hey, make us a season. You know? Let's make an official abridged dub. You know, it's just not something you'd think would actually happen. I think it's Toei. Yeah, Toei Animations, Dragon Ball. Now I'm questioning that. 'Cause my brain is saying, no, it isn't. No, they are Dragon Ball. Okay. I don't know why my brain was like, no, that's not. Not Toei. Yes, it is, brain. This is a slaughter. This is a Sergeant Slaughter. Ow. I mean, they still make DBZ Abridged. They're just doing basically shorts now. Team 4-Star's still there doing stuff. It's just as funny as it always was. Well, I can't say always was, because the very original, like, the first few episodes of DBZ Abridged are kind of the worst ones. At least that's my opinion. It's basically a case of, like, the first episodes of any of the abridged series tend to be pretty bad. Because it tends to start as an, oh, we'll just do this as a fun joke for a little while. And they don't have anything really built up to be, like... They don't have any inside jokes built up yet. Yay, Sheldon license. Now, let's see. Yeah, this is at 5,000. This is gonna go horribly, but this is at 5,000. There's probably an abridged of every popular anime. There's an abridged of Sword Art Online. I don't know if it ever got past 3 episodes, but I saw when it was 3 episodes. And that's literally the extent of my knowledge of Sword Art Online. Because I will probably forever be a bit of a hipster when it comes to anime. But that also comes from growing up during the anime boom. And the animes that everyone fell in love with didn't tend to be the ones that were actually worth watching. Like Naruto. Even now, a lot of the most popular animes are just kind of meh. You really take them or leave them. Okay, they went past where I saw. Ow. Please tell me at some point through Naruto Abridged they talk about how bad the animation is. Please tell me that Naruto fans have the ability to actually watch the show and notice things like that. That's fair. Gotta kill! I got a second kill! It can happen. Yeah, that tends to happen. I turfed a lot. That's all I really did. Like, a lot of that just simply comes from YouTube does try to be respectful of other countries' copyright laws, and, well, technically an abridged series is a violation of Japanese copyright law. So if it becomes popular enough that the main company takes notice, and they actually care to do something about it, they can issue takedowns, because it is technically a violation of Japanese copyright law. Japanese copyright law doesn't really have fair use. Not the way US copyright law has it. I mean, technically, under Japanese copyright law, what I'm doing right now is not allowed. That's why Nintendo would issue takedowns of gameplay content for the longest time, unless you were an official partner of Nintendo. Like, part of their YouTube program. Was because technically what I'm doing is against the rules. You see, the problem is... The problem is perception. Because, like, the idea is... And I'm not saying this is right or wrong. Honestly, all the research I've done into piracy shows that this isn't the case at all. But the perception is, if someone can get the experience from watching something else, like, say, watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged, you're getting the story of Dragon Ball. What reason do you then have to actually go watch Dragon Ball Z? You don't have one. So the perception is, if they allow the abridged content to exist, you're not going to watch and buy their content. Except people do. People do still go and buy the actual Dragon Ball Z content. They do go and watch actual Dragon Ball Z, even though abridged exists. Because the people who weren't going to watch Dragon Ball Z anyway, that watched Abridged, were not gonna watch it anyway. Like, they watched Abridged because it was funny. They didn't watch it because they wanted to see the story of Dragon Ball Z. And the same goes for video games. Like, though saying that, there are definitely some games that I may have bought that watching someone play them gave me the whole experience, and I didn't feel a reason to buy the game. Games like Limbo are a great example for that. Like, watching someone play Limbo is the experience of Limbo. You don't really need to play the game after that. And honestly, you're better watching someone play that game because it's not a very good game. Yeah, a lot of it's also cultural differences and all that. All that fun jazz. Though even a lot of, like, Japanese content creators do not like the Japanese copyright laws. Like, a lot of people in Japanese culture do not like their own copyright laws. Ow. And a lot of them do like it. But that also plays into the cultural differences of, in the West, if we don't like something, we make a big fuss about it. In Japan, if they don't like something, they just shogunai. It cannot be helped. I'm out of ink. I'll take that. I mean, piracy in general is kind of one of those things that's almost pointless to fight. Because the people who are going to legally consume your product are going to legally consume it anyway. The people who aren't going to legally consume your product, at least they could still tell someone about your product and possibly get someone else to buy your product. But they're never going to legally consume it. They were never going to begin with. Like, there are multiple games that I have pirated in the past. I had no interest in ever buying. I wanted to try them, and that was as far as that went. I had no interest in buying it. I had an interest in trying it. And I tried it, generally didn't like it, deleted it, and moved on. Yeah, I mean, that's actually the majority of pirates. But those are people who were going to buy the product anyway. Even if you couldn't have pirated it, if it looked like something you liked, you probably were going to buy it anyway. And if you didn't like it, well, Steam has a refund policy. A lot of game stores have refund policies. A lot of big box stores have refund policies. So, like, you can generally try something before you actually commit to giving up that money forever. I mean, hell, under, like, say, like, Walmart's refund policy, you could buy a movie, open that movie, watch the movie, and then return the movie the next day, and get your money back. Pretty sure if you pushed hard enough, you could probably get a refund on Epic. Mostly because they're legally required to refund Europeans. That's actually why Steam has its refund policy. Steam wouldn't have one either if it wasn't for the EU. I can guarantee that. But yeah, to do business in the EU, you have to allow for refunds. It's just one of those fun, quirky things about the EU. Ow. Who needs human rights? That's gonna get taken out of context one of these days. That's fine. A lot of the stuff I say is gonna get taken out of context someday. I accept this fact. I embrace this fact. Eh. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't. Eh. I mean, quite simply, I doubt I'll ever make it massive, but I imagine if I get consistent enough, which, you know, takes getting this thing working with me, I'll get somewhere. I'll get to a point where I'll at least be able to, well, support myself with it. I mean, throughout this year, as much as I have been decently inconsistent in my own streaming, I have actually seen a decent amount of growth on my YouTube and Twitch. So, YouTube has actually seen more growth. Generally in the watch metrics. Ironically, the thing that probably did the most damage to my watch metrics on YouTube this year so far has been my playing of Final Fantasy XIV. That game is just way too saturated for content. Like, there's very few people actually interested in watching new streamers because they've already found like 15 to 20 they want to watch, and they just watch them. I have to press X to doubt on that, but, you know. That just simply comes from the fact that your rent is probably, at minimum, half of the mortgage of the building you're living in. So, you know. Hard to call that reasonable. Ow. For apartments, it probably is. But, you know. Yeah, what would definitely help my channels grow is, one, finding something that has a viewership and then sticking with it. Like Splatoon. At least until I grow larger. I don't have the attention span for that. Like, I know ways I could make my content grow. Build my audience better, you know. I know the ways. Apparently buying a green screen would also probably help, but I don't... That feels like a wasted investment at this point. And also, you know, actually advertising my streams better. As in, advertising them at all. There's multiple, like, decently sized Discord channels I'm a part of that I'm sure I could probably advertise my channel in. I just don't. I don't remember to always send out a notification in my own Discord channel. Think I'm gonna remember to advertise myself anytime I'm going live? No. Ow. Blasters. Yeah, no thanks, Mr. Blaster. I will say, on the content front, Star Ocean content has been doing a lot better than I thought it would do. I honestly thought that those streams would not get much attention at all, but probably because of Second Story R coming out soon. I say recently, but it hasn't come out yet, so recently isn't out. Soon. There's actually a decent amount of people watching Star Ocean content, it seems, and not many people making it. At least decent for, you know, what I normally get numbers-wise. Undoubtedly helped on YouTube by the engagement I get from good old Veg. Which is where, like, conventional wisdom says not to engage with Veg. Because there's no point. He's never gonna listen. But see, he engages back. I think this might be my last game for this stream, though. Maybe. I'm at least gonna change the lobbies, if nothing else. I'm also gonna go to Sheldon's. Hey, that actually got the freshness for the brush. Hey, Sheldon. What's new, my man? See, like, it's a case of, like, I'm sure that's not awful for the area. But, like, even around where I live, $12.50 a month would net you at least a 2-bedroom. Like, that's a lot of money for 1 bed, 1 bath. Like... Oops. Let's see here. Finding... I should have... Halifax. Hello, Frisk. No one cares. Ah, this website sucks. There we go. Top listing. This is an entire bungalow with utilities not included, but it's a bungalow. It's a whole bloody house. 2 acres of yard. $2,500 a month. This is a whole ass house. Like... in Halifax. Which is the Nova Scotian equivalent. I mean, Halifax is also stupidly expensive. I'm seeing listings here, similar prices for what you're paying for the same size. But yeah, there's a 1 bedroom for $825. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Halifax prices, which is the capital of Nova Scotia, so... I mean, there is ridiculous prices here, too. But... okay, let's... What is this thing? I've seen people using it. Okay, so it's a multi-hit bucket? Okay. Does it have, like, the standard bucket drop to increase damage? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. I'm not really a bucket person, so... Robotics the bucket person. I'm kind of tempted just to start at the beginning and just buy 9 weapons. If nothing else, I do want a charger. Because I don't have one currently. I'll take this one. You know what would be not very good, but funny? Is if they put the Zipcaster on, like, a Hydra Splatling. It wouldn't be very good, but it would be funny. That is fair. It is very worth it to have a Pro Controller. Though I will say, if you are willing to use third-party, off-brand stuff... This is a good controller. And has gyro, and works really well. It's actually got some heft to it, too. And is, like, half the price of a Pro Controller. And I have... Honestly, using the two of them, I can't tell the difference. I don't know, did they? I don't know the bows. Is this down here? I'm gonna buy the gold arrow spray. Grab tank. I mean, hell, this thing having the Kraken is funny, but, you know. But it would be funnier if it had the Zipcaster. I'll buy this thing. So I can give it a try. Yeah, that other one's definitely the one I would want. No one cares, Frisk. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this as well. I'll take this. And, no. Yeah, I'll keep 3 tickets. Weapons! That I won't be using today, because I'm getting a little tired. Once again, I still don't know what Splatfest team I'm gonna go with. I will probably wait and see which one that, right, going in there doesn't really matter. I'll wait and see which one the robotic wants to go with. Because if she ends up actually wanting to play this Splatfest, then, you know, I want to be on the same team as her. But yeah, with that, I do thank everyone for coming out and watching. And I'll be streaming probably Star Ocean tomorrow. See about finishing up First Departure. Because I'm getting that close to the end. Though won't be finishing it up. There's probably like 3 streams of First Departure left. 2 to finish the story and 1 to do the secret dungeon. And fight the secret boss. Yeah, I'm kind of that close to being done First Departure. It's not a long game. I mean, it's an SNES game. It's not going to be long. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll see y'all back here tomorrow. See you then.